Einstein once said that you cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. Think about that. You cannot solve your problems with the same mindset that created your problems. So you have to get in a different vibrational state to solve problems. That's why sometimes it's good to go out in nature, go for a walk, go for a run, go to the gym, take a shower, go shopping, read a book, pet your dog, get your hair done, whatever. Just change your state, put on some music, right? Take a bath, whatever. Change your state. Go to sleep even. Wake up in the morning. It's a fresh day. When you change your state, you change your mindset, you change your environment, and that can help create new neural patterns, new ideas, new creativity. Number 2, mentally strong people do not give away their power, okay? You can't feel like a victim and be mentally strong at the same time. This is impossible. Your thoughts send you into victim mode. If your thoughts send you into victim mode, like so-and-so makes you feel bad, etc., you give your power away. No one has the power over how you think or how you behave. So it's key that we change our vocabulary. So rather than saying, I have to do something, change that story that you're telling yourself, which you're giving your power away. Like, I have to do this, I should do this, I need to do this, my responsibility, I have no choice, into I choose to do this. It's a very powerful semantic, but try it, because you might be horrified to see how often you are talking like a victim. Like, I have to do this, or I have to take this medication because otherwise this will happen, or what. You don't have to do anything. You're choosing. So once you acknowledge the responsibility is on you, you have the ability to respond. You are not a victim. You're not a child. Nobody is making the choices for you in your life. Take responsibility and ownership for the life that you've created. Whether you want it or not, it's yours. And as soon as you take responsibility, you take your power back. And that is number 2. So changing your self-talk from I have to I choose to. So these are kind of, by the way, a combination of Amy Morin's list and my own commentary, by the way. Okay. Probably the more smart stuff is from her, that's for sure. Okay, next. Let's see. Item number 3. That was 2, right? Okay, item number 3 is they don't shy away from change. Okay? So your success in life depends on your ability to adapt to your environment. We've known this for how many years since Darwinism, right? The survival of the fittest is the people who can adapt. It's like the stuff, it's the bullet that you didn't see coming that gets you, right? That saying says it's your ability to respond and be flexible and to move with the tide. It's the palm tree that survives the Florida hurricanes because its trunk is very flexible, as is its branches. If it was stiff, it would break with the force of the wind. So it's that flexibility that gives us our resiliency in life. It's not being so damn stubborn and being open-minded and open-hearted to other possibilities, other ways of thinking, not feeling like we know it all, certainly acknowledging we don't, but also being open-minded to, you know, just I'm open to another way of doing this because this way isn't working so well, you know. So change is all about that. It's about having courage to go into the unknown, and it starts with being open-minded and flexible to adapt, because to adapt is to survive, and to survive is the first step to be able to succeed. Okay, number 4 is squandering energy on things that they can't control. This is what successful people don't do. They don't squander their energies on things they can't control. Complaining, worrying, and wishful thinking don't solve problems. They only waste your energy. But if you invest that same energy on the things you can control, you'll be much better prepared for whatever comes your way. Okay, so I mentioned this a little bit in a previous one because I feel like it's related. But, for example, you can't worry about what your boss does. You can't worry about what your husband does. You can't worry about what your kids do, what the doctor does, what the neighbor does, what Donald Trump does, right? We can't control that per se, you know, into such regard. So wasting our energy on things like that. Like can't control the weather, right? But rather focusing on what you can control. Like I mentioned, like, okay, well, I can control how I react to that. When so-and-so does that to me or says that kind of thing, or if I get into traffic on my way to work, or if something like, unwanted happens, I can control my reaction to that, because that's where you take your power back, okay? So, not squandering your energy on things you can't control. Number 5, they don't worry about pleasing everyone. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. You know why. Okay, so trying to make other people happy drains your mental strength and causes you to lose sight of your own goals. Hallelujah, can I get an amen? True, 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 true. You lose your own inner compass when you're so busy trying to navigate everybody else's and being reactive like a ping pong ball to your environment. We need to stay strong in our core to have our own direction, and with the ability to respond to other people, but not losing our own focus. This is very, very important and a tough lesson for me, that's for sure, as a reforming people pleaser. And I wonder if any of you guys can relate. Okay, so a powerful statement is living an authentic life requires you to act according to your values, and this is sometimes harder to actually do than it is to say, but it's very important. So it's like you've heard me say before, getting very clear on what is important to you. Living your values is a very important part of staying in your own lane, staying on your own path, staying true to your own soul, because, and this goes to anybody who fears being alone, or maybe has fears of abandonment, or fears of, just feels lonely. Well, I ask you, are you abandoning yourself? You're so afraid of somebody abandoning you that you close your heart off and you're afraid to love or be vulnerable or exposed. But how many times in your life have you abandoned your own self, your own heart, your own wants, your own needs, your own desires, respecting yourself? Let's not abandon ourselves. Ourselves have to come first, and then we have the ability to honor, love, and be with other people.